Hey Taurus, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading and we are talking all about your weekly energy, which is going to be with the Fool as your monthly and Eternity as your week. It's time to, so this whole month has been starting a brand new journey and being wide open and starting a new cycle. So it's like a cycle has closed out and it's time to start something fresh. And the whole week or month has been sort of this stop off along the way, like a pause in the action where you might be regrouping and preparing, closing out the old one and preparing for the new one. And so it is now this week. It's all about time to wake up from that dreaming and get to it and be about it, and less stop. Don't just think about it, be about it. Okay. So I'm using the Eternal Tarot and the Merlin Tarot. I have stack 1, stack 2, and stack 3. They are time stamped below, so you can skip ahead to the one or more than one that you feel is meant for you. If this is just a general, so if it doesn't resonate, that's all right, because I have private readings available through my Etsy shop, which is linked below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you all for being here. I have reached 50, so I am going to do a gratitude video. After I can get your May general on your first week of May out, I am going to do that special video for everyone. So stack... And there will be an opportunity to win a free reading. I'll tell you how. Okay, stack 1. You have the Fool. So that is super awesome. Synchronicity there. 3 of Cups. And Justice. Okay, there. All right. So we do have the Fool again, which is really amplifying the message about liberation to start a new venture and a new adventure and a new cycle. And so with the 3 of Cups, affection, that's talking about you do have compadres and you do have people that support you. You aren't alone in it, and this week you may be seeking out or connecting with those who see the best in you and who can best encourage you and are always those that nudge you in the right direction. The people that you are at your best when you're around them. And I definitely see you making a decision once and for all that you are finally ready. And Justice, it's a reminder that you need to pack light. So you have the Fool as a double confirmation about a lightness of heart. And the one thing that you need to bring along with you is your integrity, and have that be your trusty companion. You see you have the little dog here, the little dog here, and that is also not only integrity, but they both have this flower. See, she's holding a flower. Is it gonna, yeah, she's got a flower in her hand there. And there's a little flower there, which is going to be a reminder to stay in the present moment, to stay grounded in gratitude, and to stay in the light, as they say. And so justice will be in your favor, and you'll be able to maintain equilibrium if you can just be. If you can learn to just be, and then your heart will be light as a feather. The Egyptian deck reminds me about how the heart is weighed against a feather in the afterlife, and how walking in your integrity and staying in the moment and being grateful will keep you traveling light as you move through this world and the next. Okay? Stack 2. 2 of Cups. They're calling it freedom in this deck. That is the Knight of Birds, so that's like the Knight of Swords, our air. And presentment. So you do have a little synchronicity here. You have the presentment card, that's 2 people, and this is like a relationship card. So there is something to do with another here. But presentiment is like having a premonition or foreknowledge. You may, like with this Knight of Swords, have like a flash of knowledge, like an epiphany almost. it feels like being jolted awake from a vivid dream with a clear message ringing in your consciousness. Like, there used to be times where I would wake up very suddenly with, like, it feels like someone's speaking to me, speaking so, like, a clear, like, whether it would be one word or just a few words or one phrase, and I'd wake up and it would be like someone was there saying those words to me, and it would be something I needed to know for that day. It'd be crazy, but it's like something like that, just ringing in your consciousness as you wake up. And it could be something that it's something that frees you up to be vulnerable with somebody else. It's interesting because while this does talk about relationship and it talks about the freedom to connect with someone and being vulnerable, talks about connecting and vulnerability and another person and a relationship, which seems like a tie. It's called freedom because it is a healthy relationship free from codependency. It's like you're free from the need to be completed, defined, or validated, or rescued from doing the work that you have to do, rescued from this new cycle, being able to stay in this sleep space, like not needing someone because that's your end game. And once you do that, you get to live happily ever after and the cycle has to keep going. The Fool means it's talking about the continuity and the perpetuity of cycles and the way that life is always moving. And so you can't stay asleep, can't stay in that stasis forever, where sometimes once we have someone, we get kind of happy and lazy. So this is being willing to advocate for yourself in this relationship rather than shrink and stop growing. So there was a meme I saw, or was a picture about, it says, don't commit to me, commit to evolving, and I'll meet you there. So it's like where you don't meet someone and then stop being who you are and trying to stay, because there was, oh, you've changed, I don't know who you are anymore. So it's going to be more about being willing to change and being willing to grow, and not connecting with someone that expects you to stay the same and expects you to stay small so they don't have to grow either. Okay? All right, stack 3. It's called Suffering. That's the 3 of Swords. That's a heartbreak. Loss. That's the 5 of Swords. It's a loss, but it's a gain. It's one of those gains that isn't quite worth it. And generosity. Okay. That's good. All right. So this is showing you coming to terms with how you may have shown up combatively in order to prevent future losses like you may have experienced before. Because the 3 of Swords, at least to me, the way I interpret it, that's like a past heartbreak. It's not like, oh, this says that you will have your heart broken this week. It's not at all that. It's talking about previous traumas, the way the heartbreaks from our past can affect our present and our future, and how they can remanifest and how we can recreate them if we haven't healed them or figured out how to do it differently this time around, or we'll project it. If something is starting to look like it, we'll project that and inadvertently creates like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's like there's a certain trauma response pattern keeping you safe. By one definition, it's keeping you safe from repeating this, but it's also costing you something else on the other hand. I feel like you may be offered a helping hand. I feel like it's going to help you overcome that mindset that not everyone's a piece of shit, that there is still good in this world. And with the Fool, I feel like that realization is going to kind of re-excite you and reignite you into coming into new situations with a more open energy, and not with this kind of like defenses with your sword drawn, like you're going to hurt me like that person, and just kind of like not allowing yourself to be open because you don't want to repeat that. So there's like a little bit of a protective shell that you wear at all times. And I feel like whatever this gift that's being offered to you, this helping hand, this extension, someone's going to extend themselves to you in a way that's going to maybe ease up on that a little bit. All right, Taurus, I'll talk to you in a week. Thank you.